Well, hello everybody. What can I say? Week 12. Who knew it? Except it was a lot warmer, I think, in week 4 than it is at the moment. But it doesn't matter if it's cold outside, because what have we got? Something to give us warmth, really homely, loving feeling. It's my little girl, Lucy Orchard. Everybody give her a big hand. Come on, Lucy.
Someone's getting into the MCing, isn't she? Oh, I love my mother so much. Hello, my little box watchers. It's bloody week 12. I am trying to get my handle on the lights, but it's just that awkward time of night where it's going to get darker. So you know the rules and regulations. Right now, you should be sharing the shit out of this video. It's quite simple. If you're watching on Facebook, which is, you know, how you're watching, you just click share and it's there for you. You don't even have to put a message, just bang, share it. I am a little bit late because I've just been performing with my comedy buddy, Paul Dennis, who I believe is watching. Hello, Paul. Let's have a look. What's the comments are saying? As always, we've got my brother on board. Good. Let's have a look. It's the Late Show with Lucy Orchard. Oh, Noel, do you need to be so chippy? And here he is, my comedy partner, Paul Dennis. We just performed at Buzzword Bingo, because who knew that bingo and comedy went together so well? I don't know how it worked, but so what they had was everybody had a card, and if the comedian said a certain word, then if we didn't say the words on the card, we won money. Now, Paul said 3 of his buzzwords, and I said 11 of them. Now, I don't know if this is a fix, because for those of you that know my comedy, I mean, was it a very truck-specific comedy set?
It had foxes.
Yeah. So, you know, for those of you that know my routine by now, I'm imagining that the comedy buzzword bingo card had fox, vulpine, truck,
bastard, piss, pot,
masturbation, and contraception.
psychopath,
narcissist, and serial killer. Oh, if you haven't seen my 10-minute set, I'd really recommend following me on Lucy Orchard Comedy and finding out when I'm performing next. And I am performing soon, but I can't remember when.
Oh dear, neither can I.
I would bang the bell, but fortunately, my mother doesn't want me to have a drink tonight. I'm trying to bring this more into focus. How close has it got to come?
I thought I put a bell on the table.
There we go.
I put 2 bells on the table.
Oh, it's not that good. So, gin time, Christine. Yes, it's week.
I haven't even got the gin out the cupboard.
Right, for those of you that see, you don't have to play buzzword bingo for this. It's called the Lucy Orchard Comedy Show Drinking. Let's have a look. Was it 4? But how? Right, Paul. How on earth did you say 4 and I said 11? And how big were these fucking bingo cards? We were also. Oh, 1 second. My mother wants me to open a tonic. And I did it without covering the presenter. So, yes, share alike. Sharing is caring. Don't be shy. Give it a try. Yeah, I did grow up on a market stall. Right. Yeah.
Milady.
Looking like I've been dragged out to her head. Right. So, first of all, the buzzword bingo for Lucy's show is, has my mother spoken? Yes. Second of all, did she make me a gin and tonic that could strip the enamel off her teeth? It's not as bad as it can be.
Would you like some more tonic?
Just a little bit, please. Because this is, you know, I usually aim for an hour. And I'm going to be flying. Now, Now I'm going to be doing Ask Lucy as usual. So please get your questions into me because I really am the font of knowledge. And if I don't know the answer, darling, I'll make it up. Hello. Oh, for Christ's sake. This is the bit where Mum has different tonic to me because she says, quote unquote, I drink the common shit.
You can't beat Fever Tree, darling.
Ooh, yours got saccharin in it. I like natural sugars. Go fuck yourself, right, so yes, bit of a rush. I was meant to be on second, but I was on sort of third because Paul did 2 sets. Oh, look at that. My USEC brother has joined us in time as well. Alex Whiteley. Hello, darling. Hello, there you go. A big hello from Mother Orchard there. Right, so I've had a question in already, and I know I usually wait for Ask Lucy to do the questions. Oh, look at that. Mother Orchard, your fan club's in.
Ah, hello.
So, I have some American viewers. 1 second. Paul, I speaketh the trutheth. You asked me to time you. I wasn't able to give you the flashlight of love. I gave you a 9-minute warning. I gave you a 10-minute warning. At 33 minutes, I thought, fuck it, let's let him run. I've always wanted, because even though I'm not getting out because of the law, and people in Wales can't even leave their bloody street because of the law, I'm really enjoying how many people I've met through just doing Facebook comedy or Zoom comedy. And Paul is one of the lovely people that I've managed to make friends with in the South Wales comedy circuit through doing Rough As with my comedy wife, Sarah Bridgman. And Paul is an amazing comedian of many years tenure. And he can also tinkle the piano, sometimes whilst telling jokes. So my first update is always, and it always has been, Joe Wicks. The Joe Wicks update is still, I do not have children, nor do I care for getting up. But because I've become obsessed with Joe Wicks and people that have to exercise, I really can't be bothered. 1 second. Can't fault it. Oh, no, the wife's here. I didn't think you were watching. The amazing, the talented, the sexy, the witty, the sharp, the effervescent woman that Sarah Bridgman is. It's an honour to know you. And I made sure I gave the kitchen sink a big up whilst we were on Comedy Buzzwords, which is still going on. But Paul and I are here. We didn't get any money, so. So the Joe Wicks update is I do not have any kids, and I love that. But I've started looking him up. I started getting obsessed with him. So, you know, when the newspapers do an article and you think you're clutching at straws there. Like a woman wears a yellow top and they're like, oh, somebody's feeling summery. No, she just wearing a fucking yellow top. So this week, fans were, this is what a hello has said. Fans were confused when his nephew and daughter looked alike. I've put here as a note, journalist clutches straws at photo. So he had a picture of his kid standing next to his nephew, and apparently there's 5 days between them, and people couldn't get over the family resemblance. Fucking kids. And they're from the same fucking gene pool. What the fuck did you expect? Get over yourselves. The other thing is that he's inspired little Freddie Jessup from Hull. He's already 10 and he's doing exercise videos just like Freddie Jessup. He's getting up in the morning, recording himself, and they're showing him to school friends. I am available for voiceovers. Just contact me at lucyorchard.com. Oh, look, what's that? Sarah Bridgman has put this week, Sync Girls, Sarah and Lucy talk all things comedy with Ignacio Lopez, plus some Archers chat. Join us 6 p.m. Thursday at Twitch TV/T Kitchen Sink. Yes, it's amazing. There is no limit to our abilities. We're witty, we're female, and we fucking love the Archers. Get in. If you're watching this and you are a comedian and you'd like to appear on the Sink Girls, or the Kitchen Sink, sorry, if you'd like to appear on the Sink Girls, depending on what you look like, I can hook you up. But if you would like to be on the Kitchen Sink and you've got something to say, get in touch because we'd love to have you. I genuinely, each week, so with Barbara Nice, I've learned about how open mic comedians used to be able to get onto pro bills, and they were taught the way, like some sort of Masonic rotary circle showing the way of the ways before. And then I've learned from Jenny Collier, put yourself forward for an award. I'll be coming to that later. I've learned from Jenny B, do something you're not used to doing. So I've put myself up for a comedy roast with my comedy brother, Phil Wathen. And we've just had Maggie Irvin, who I can't not learn from that woman because she's my comedy tutor. She's an amazing woman who focuses on being free through your comedy and yourself. And clowning is more than just some prick with a red nose. It's about every aspect of life. Oh, I could talk about Maggie for hours. We bloody did as well. No peen. What's a peen, Alex? I don't understand. Have I just been rude? Have you taught me you speak? Sarah, Alex is on TikTok. And I have said nasty things about TikTok before, but everyone, guess what? I'm going to have to fucking go on TikTok. Peen coming up on Thursday. Oh, right. Is it penis? No, Sarah and I do try to have an inclusiveness program where we involve men because we just don't feel like they get enough outlet in comedy to say their piece. So every now and again, every couple of cycles, we'll chick a penis in. All right, there we go. So, Freddie Jessup from 10, from Hull, he's been doing his own videos. He's been inspired. And even though he's only 10, he's been looking into nutrition and the different types of exercises. So it's quite nice to hear that he's inspired somebody. For me, 9 p.m. is at most I might get up for a pee, but I'll go back to bed at 9:10. Right. So we've moved on to the favorite part of the show for a lot of people. Village Update. Fucking love Village Update because there's not a lot of people from my village that watch this show. So quite frankly, I can say whatever the fuck I want. My mother's just come back in the room looking rather stressed because it's this time of night. We have to get the cats in. And
2 in, 1 out.
2 in, 1 out. Let me guess. Olivia's out.
Mm-mm.
Tilly.
Yeah.
We had a cat that got hit to the top of the road. It's not very funny. Because of that, we get absolutely really, really upset and concerned about letting our cats out. She's only here for the Village Update. And to plug the Kitchen Sink, Thursday, twitch.tv/T's Kitchen Sink. So, for those of you who've been watching, there was somebody in Hemyock that recently got in touch that said, yeah, I know, little shit. We're going to have to find it. My mother won't be able to be prop master. I might even have to get up and reach for my own items. So there was somebody in Hemyock that had a parcel delivered to Higher Town, Hemyock, and it got delivered to Higher Town, Sanford Peveril. And nobody is coming forward and admitting to having this bloody parcel. Well, would you if it's free? So then somebody in Comstock has had a parcel delivered to Sanford Peveril. Now, I can't work out if it's like a scam, if they are receiving the items but making out they weren't. So it could be the person that's getting it making out. Hey, Luke. Hello, Canada. Love that. I love having international fans. So, yeah, people are having parcels delivered to people with similar road names. They're putting a shout out, and nobody is admitting to it. So, Mum, there's been another parcel misdelivered, but this time from up Comstock, not Hemyock. I think. Hang on. You know,
I would check the neighbours.
I know. Okay. Second of all, I want to know. Let me know if you know, guys. I need to get a couple of rocks about this big because just by our house, we've got a cycle path and there are some very lazy delivery drivers. And instead of doing a 3-point turn, it's a fucking van, mate. Try doing it in an Arctic, right? And they're driving up the cycle path and they're skimming past the caravan park there and they're going to have an accident. And they're also churning up our fucking grass outside our hedge. So I was thinking, I can't put blades because of the cyclists and wheelchairs. See, I'm not a psychopath. But can I put some rocks there? And where the fuck can I find some rocks from? We put cones there, but they keep moving it. And it's getting on my tits. The next thing in the village, somebody over in Willand has been putting posters up on lampposts to advertise their dog grooming company. And somebody keeps following them around and taking them down. Well, what I would do is Google dog grooming in the next mile radius. Phantom posting removers. All right. Now, the next thing is we've got somebody took a picture of a dog that was wandering the street saying, this dog is, out. Does anybody know about it? So the owner replied, yeah, that's my dog. It always takes itself out for a walk about this time. Well, everybody went outraged and said, that's not how it works. You don't just let your dog go out for a walk. It can get hit. The woman used laughing emojis and said, you could see it's on a pavement. Right, so because the dog hasn't died yet, it's fine. And then that brings me to the next one. We've had a sheep attacked by a dog botherer. Now, in the countryside, you need to learn one thing. If your dog attacks or scares somebody's sheep, the farmer can shoot your dog and charge you for the cost of the bullet. Welcome to the countryside, everybody. Strap in. So when you take the first moron that lets their dog take itself for a walk and plus it to somebody that's got a sheep that's had to go to the vet and has got drains and stitches and stuff, I know I'm a cat lover, but if your dog is roaming around on these fields, we've all got firearms. We're all going to take a shot. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the countryside. And in fact, Sarah, that was mentioned. Do you remember when Will shot that dog or was going to shoot that dog that was bothering the pheasants? Do you remember that up at Home Farm? Yeah, see? Or was it that Will shot Ed's dog? It happened. Something like that happened. Remind me if you can remember. I love gin. Right, back to the job. Now, there is another thing I put on the local Facebook country website. Has anybody got makes face masks? Can you sell them to people locally, and then we can avoid the second wave? Because over here in England, we've had lockdown lifted that what we call them is grockles or outsiders or incomers. So they've all come here and they're all bringing their germs with them. So I said, if we all mask up, we'll be able to avoid them. So when we go into our local spa, we can avoid giving each other the germs. And the girls in the local spa, and the little boy, I'm not being sexist, I was just being accurate. They're so lovely, but it would be horrible to think that they caught an illness because of us germy little fuckers not being able to put some cloth over our face. Jesus Christ, the freedom fighters that replied. I think to paraphrase, now let me see if I can do the voice. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mum. So this one woman pipes in and says, it's not compulsory and I'm not going to wear them until they're compulsory. And why are you having a go? And I said, well, there's been loads of cases in the next village because there have been. And they were like, where are your facts? I'm not the fucking BBC, mate. I'm just telling you, people have died. I swear to God. The problem with COVID is how dense your population is and how dense your population is. And I live in a village of idiots. There you go. There's loads of people that want to wear masks. But the woman then said, I think you'll find I've actually got masks. I'm just not wearing them until they're compulsory.
I can put one on her in a coffin.
That's like a woman who's pregnant pushing a pushed pram with 2 condoms in her handbag. Pricks. Don't give me the fucking disease. I'm not being sexist. I'm being accurate. Thanks, Luke. Luke is an amazing comedian from, I'm going to get this right now, aren't I?
Somewhere.
Edmonton, Canada. Did I remember right? And no, we are watching one. Well, if I'm stupid, it's fucking genetic, sweetheart. Yeah, I've got a word for everything. So another thing is I have booked, and I will update you on whether or not it's everybody can watch or not. but I've booked an online gig that's paid for. I've only gone and booked a paid online gig. I'm bloody giggy. If they don't like masks, they'll hate ventilators. Very well said, Mr. Mitchell. Do you know what, Biff? You are not just intelligent, you're charismatic. And also, my village update is that I have, so not only have I booked a paid gig. Yes, Alex, I've booked. Alex Bradley! Oh, you turned up for this show. Hello, sweetheart. How lovely to see you. Yeah, I've booked one. Alex Bradley is a comedy man, a comedian, and he's in Ann Arbor in Michigan, and he will be performing at Joke at the Rough as comedy gig in aim for Black Lives Matter UK. That's Alex from Big World.
I don't think I saw him yesterday. Is he new?
Oh man, I'm so sorry. And then here's my actual wife, my comedy wife and my actual wife. There you go, Lucy, with the name that's spelt incorrectly.
Of course.
Not always there when you call and not always on time, but you are always my main man from Ann Arbor. I swear to God, darling, I love you very much. And yeah, I'm loving the interaction tonight, everybody. Well done, everyone. So not only have I booked an online gig, comedy is all about timing, Alex. Do you know the funniest thing Alex said? He said, I'm going to be late for the show at 6 p.m. We finished at 5. Yeah, so
time difference.
So not only have I booked an online gig, I have made it through to the first heats of the Nodding Dog Online UK New Comedian of the Year.
Excellent, well done. Big hand for Lucy.
You know, sometimes you enter an award, sometimes you don't. Subtitles are a nice touch. Yes, I know. Especially if Leon's mic is ruining the fucking show.
Oh, that was
awful. Man, I swear to God. We've got a lovely guy on the show. Dogging dogs. Honestly, do you know what? That might have been one of the bloody buzzwords. Dogging.
Oh my God, if it was.
I know. It sounds doggy. Yes, dodgy. Oh, look at that.
Applause. Oh,
there we go, Noel. I let you get the praise. Yes, so the update is not only have I booked my first paid gig, which is not a bucket split, it's an actual paid gig. I've made it through to the Online New Comedian of the Year award as well. So there you go. Oh, thank you very much, Luke. I appreciate that.
Oh, the little boy. He said, well done.
Yeah, I know. I put it on the screen and I mentioned it.
Oh, all right. Then.
If my mother's not going to listen, I can't help it. I know all about dogging. Alex, that's how we met. No, that sounds terrible. No, right. To explain, Alex and I were doing a gig in Detroit and online. And I said in my comedy sketch about dogging, and I said, look up what dogging is. And Alex did. And we had this wonderful, like, mind reader improv moment. And that was where that was it. Comedy magic was made. Thank you very much, Lucy. I really appreciate it. You've been making me laugh for years. You could be a comedian as well, but I'm not going to tell you that because I don't need the competition. Yes, mate. Yeah, exactly. Cha-ching. Although it's pound signs over here. Right. Okay. So that's that. That's the village update. So we're going to move on to shoe of the week. Shoe of the week. Shoe. Yes. Right. Now, everybody. Lucy, you'll know these. Now, these are my hunters. And the reason why I want to show you these is because I had to write, oh, hang on. I got to make sure I don't do this. I had to do it where I wrote my phone number and my name inside them. Yes, I believe that, Bernie. That's how he met Jane. So, all right, bro. Yes, so I had to write it because I had, where's the mud? I don't know if you can see, but these are meant to be green. I had my wellies nicked at a festival, and it was a proper posh London festival. Stand and Calling. Yeah, they were lovely. Absolutely lovely. They were double-barreled twats on. Oh no, I can't remember. I can't use that phrase. Not on there. Not for legal reasons. But they got nicked, and I used to get my friend Jim and his then partner Juliana Tramontana into all these festivals, and because I got them into 2 or 3 festivals, which was equivalent about 600 quid, she bought me a pair of Hunters. And I swear to God, I was at Loop Festival 2008 in Brighton, and I knew that Jim and Juliana were turning up to the window, and I saw the box before I saw them, and I thought, oh, I'd love a pair of wellies because I've had mine nicked. And I was in the middle of a massive summer tour. I didn't have time to get any. And when they said, oh, their name, and I pretended I didn't know them, so they knew that I hadn't, like, put their names on the guest list. They just put it under the table. I felt it push against me, and I almost started crying. It was sort of like a Russian cold drop. And it was just the nicest thing. And I came up to them later and I said, you bought me a pair of Hunters. That's like 60, 70 quid. And they said, yes, you've saved us about 400, 500 quid. And I went, go on then. So yes. So let me just see. Some of my friends are messaging me, which means they don't realize it's time for the Lucy show. #judged. Stuff from my room. Get in touch if you know what that theme tune was from. Now, I've shown you my sandals that have traveled all around Europe. I've shown you other things from festivals, but this, don't know if you can see, it's a skipping rope. Okay. And it's a skipping rope that has been around Europe for 18 months. And it got used twice. I would like to say it is the most traveled but unused skip rope ever made. There we go. Paul C. I should have known the music man would know. This is your life. This is your life, by the way. Perfect. I'm going to keep that as well. So, yes, before going on tour, I got told that when you're a tour driver, you put on weight. Because all you do is you sit in your arse, you turn the steering wheel, and you go from catering to catering to catering. And I realized fat people told me that because they don't know how to eat properly and they don't exercise. And I run around a lot. So, I'm always on the move. I do like to move around a lot. And in fact,
it's all right.
Is it Dave here?
Yeah.
Right, Dave the village cat. For those of you who've been listening to the village update all along, there's a cat in the village that moves from area to area. And at the moment, it's our area's turn to feed the random cat. So although we've got 3 kittens, we've also got Dave, he's big and he's fluffy and he's all matted. And he just turns up outside your door and just goes, meow. And just waits for my mother to go out and feed him. He'll do that for a couple of days, and then he'll bugger off. You should go for a world record, not skipping exactly. I have not skipped the most around Europe than you can ever imagine. And Roger, glad you're watching. The last time I used this was underneath the stage or underneath the arena in the Forest National in Brussels before Mark Cameron did. When I went and bought this from a sports shop in Tiv, the guy wouldn't just sell me a skipping rope. Had to what's my height? What sort of surface am I going to use it on? It took so long. I could have had 2 cigarettes in that time. So I genuinely, I had to wait. You had to order it in. It took a week and a half to be ordered in. It's only a 10 quid thing. Polly got a skipping rope as well. And I've had it, not a lot of you would know, but as a truck driver, just by your window, you've got 2 pouches where you can keep your driver's book and a couple of things, a knife. And I used to keep my skipping rope up there just to make it easier to not use. So this came on tour for OTR. It came with us for Bon Iver, Calvin Harris. Fuck it, took it to the Containers as well. Oh, you make me smile like that, darling. Mwah. Kiss back. Thank you very much. So yes, I laid in bed this morning. I was thinking, now what the fuck am I going to put on my? This is stuff from my room section, because quite frankly, I'm running out of shit to show. And I remembered this, and I had a good chuckle. I remember using it once in the yard, and someone came around the corner because they weren't sure what the noise was, and they made, oh fuck, that's who it was. Roger, it was the German guy that, the paperweight. I can't think of another use for him. The old guy. And I felt very self-conscious of jumping down without a sports bra, so I stopped.
3 kittens in.
3 kittens in, and Dave's the cat fed.
Well, half fed.
Half fed, right. I do love to exercise. I know. Look, don't be mean to me, Noel. I got a lot in my room. What's this? Booming shot. Drink up, everybody. So yes, that's my stuff from my room. So these were used for work. These were taken to work but never used. Roger, I'm not putting his name up on the screen. Because quite frankly, comedy's had enough sex fest mentioned. Right. Birthday section already. Birthday section to who? Birthday section to who? Yes. Birthday section. My mother thought she had to get me a drink then. So we're gonna have to work out a better way of printing it. But it's my cousin's birthday yesterday. And before my mum asks, yes, I did wish him happy birthday from us. So first of all, okay, come on forward, little rabbit. Right, Dale Simmons, Cadet Simmons. It was his birthday. Oh shit bollocks! I didn't bring a picture of him downstairs. That's all right. I'll show it next week. No, we can't. It's offensive to him. So yes. So my cadet friend, Dale Simmons, who not only is a lovely guy, but he then got married to one of the prettiest girls in cadets. So well done. And I think they also had 19 children, all girls. We had this amazing...
starting their own squadron.
Fucking hell, there's a million of them. And there was... we had a reunion, and I made it very clear, because they'd all bred. Are they all bred? Sandra's Adam.
Yeah.
Jodie's Adam.
Yeah.
Wadey's Adam.
Yeah.
Lauren and Dale have had a million. So I said, right, no mentioning of kids, because if you mention kids, I'll make you all look at pictures of my cats. And we called a truce. It's not that I'm not maternal, I just don't care.
Right.
Doing stand-up's really thirsty. Right.
I'll be back. It's the second pouch.
All right, Mum's got to give. Dave likes 2 pouches. The wizard's in the house. Oh, the wizard's in the house. I thought, okay, all right, okay. Hey, wizard. Who is one of the loveliest guys you'll ever meet, and it's an honor to say he was with me when I got us kicked out of a bar in Aberdeen. So Jimmy, if you're watching, hello, my love. And I wouldn't want to get absolutely shit-faced with anybody else in a car park in Aberdeen than you. That's made me chuckle. Right, happy birthday to Becca Scott from our village, who is the most beautiful little tiny little thing. She works in the pub that's reopened now, and she's got one of those online body shop things, but she's just always got a smile. And I know that bar girls are meant to have a smile, but sometimes you don't feel like fucking smiling. And she is such a lovely person. So I want to say happy birthday, Becca. Now, Happy birthday, Stephen Williams, my cousin. He's had his birthday. And also Lacey Wilhelm. Now you're thinking, who the fuck is Lacey Wilhelm? Right? Lacey is an American comedian who is also a female truck driver. Did you ever think I was going to meet another female truck driver and who's a comedian? And we did the nightcap open mic night. Oh, Luke, if you're still watching, sign up. The details, I'll send you the details. It's a lovely one, 7-minute sets. Run by my very good friend, Jason Spitzbergen. So yes, so I did my truck comedy set. I have a comedy set. A bit rude.
Oh, darling, you're never rude.
I'm a Rudy Bloody. Yeah, so it's a lot of yes. First of all, Jimmy, thanks for the recommendation.
I thought he was dead.
Jimmy Green. Oh fuck, Mum. No, he's typing. Otherwise, I'm getting messages from the fourth dimension. Right. Jason, it's a good open mic. 7 minutes. Biff, yes, there are 2 of us. And Luke, yes, if you want to do an open mic, I'd recommend Jason's. And I think this time difference works out really good for you. It'd be normal time because Jason runs it stupidly late. For me, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I think for him, it's 9:30 EDT. So for you, it would be probably about 7 p.m. because I'm learning my fucking time zones, people.
Oh my God, thank goodness for that.
Keep it together. Jimmy, you've never said that to me before. Yes, Mum. Jimmy and I were part of the conference crew up in Aberdeen and I got us kicked out of that hipster place.
Right.
And then when we all got back eventually after fucking 3 hours wait for a taxi, or did we walk back? No, we got a taxi, but Sally walked back with Stevie D. Jimmy and I carried on drinking.
As you
do. We had a car party. In a car park in Aberdeen.
Oh, can I ask you something? You know, in the village update, did you tell them about the old rotor?
No, I didn't. So I'm going to interrupt the
my
birthday section to say
me.
we had a helicopter come over the house. Right now, we're under a military flight path. Easy for you to say. But this one, it was like, it was like the Dam Busters. Our chickens were laying. And it was right over the house and we were watching Ocean's 12 because we've restarted. I don't want to ruin the TV section. Spoilers.
Oh, no, you got...
Yeah, I know, got all of it I mentioned.
Oh.
My mum and I did what any pair of bloody white women would do in the countryside. We got our slippers on and went and followed the helicopter. Right? So we're running down the lane. It's like, what, 11 at night?
Yeah, 11:30.
My mother was going to say, no, it was 11:45.
No, because we were messing about
We were messing, yeah.
coming at
Yeah.
11:45.
So that's it. So we ran out, and just as we got quite close to the helicopter, we realised...
Which was hovering over a field.
Which had horses in it. And we realised if they were chasing criminals, what we've done is we've run towards them. So we had a chat with ourselves and we fucking ran back home. By the time we got home, her husband had fucking locked the door. When he was like, lock us in. No, I think that's terribly ignorant of you to ask.
What?
And I choose not to answer. But we we realized that we were as useful as those people in Star Trek that wear the red outfits that always die first. We were the girls at the beginning of a horror movie that went, oh, let's go and let's look in the hole. Oh, we don't see a trapdoor very often. Mum, you go first. Oh, I'm enjoying doing this later.
Well, Why don't we ask people if they prefer it a little later? Because the kids are in bed.
I don't know. I
they
don't
can
know.
have a
Yeah,
glass of
maybe.
wine.
Get it. You know, what do you reckon, guys? I usually do this at 8 p.m, but today I started at 8:50.
Ish.
Call it 9.
It's better than 10.
It's better than 10. What do you think? Do you prefer it at 9 or do you prefer it at 8? Tell me when I come up and see you, boys. Type or just put your lips together and go. I'm giddy because I performed. Did I think George Clooney was going to rope rappel out of it? Fuck me, he could rope down. George Clooney, he's a filthy bit of skirt, isn't he? Right, so I've said all the birthdays. So Stephen Williams, my cousin, other female truck driver comedian Lacey, the amazing cadet, first class cadet Dale Simmons, never made sergeant, but none of us wanted it. And that's it. So we move on to.
Oh, Biff says 9 o'clock.
Oh, Biff says 9. Roger says 9.
Oh, Roger's posh. 2100 hours. Roger, over and out.
Noel says 9. Get in touch, guys. Tell me if you think 9 is better.
I think 9 would be better.
The people are speaking.
Listen to your people.
No,
Your
good chance, I
Majesty.
think. Roger, 2100 hours. The reason why he says that is because he likes to pretend he ran around with a gun. Steve, if he was here, 2100 hours. That's when they have their sherry, I think. He was in the Air Force. Room service finishes at 9.
Sherry, we have that at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So TV and radio. So what have been because of the watershed? What the fuck are you on about, Noel? Why do I need to be on after the watershed? Right. Okay. So TV and radio. Paul Dennis, who might still be watching, who knows? But Paul Dennis and I are going to be this week's contestants on Forza Crowd, the online comedy panel show that is on hosted by Joke Pit, promoting comedy. Oh, Jimmy says 9 as well. Or then again, he might just be saying no in German. I don't know.
Is it German?
Meat posh. He is. He's still here. So the amazing Paul Dennis and myself are going to be competing on Forza Crowd with my team is Simon Emmanuel and Paul's team is Chris. And this is all true. Yes, the amazing comedian Paul Dennis and I will be competing to see who is the funniest and who can put the correct captions. What can only be described as the oddest pictures collection of pictures I've ever seen. I don't know how they find those pictures, but it's certainly not of a fucking joke forum. We managed to find funny lines about them because you are bilingual. Roger said you could do cunnilingus. So so that's Forza Crowd. Now the other thing is Warrior Nun. If you've got Netflix, it's the new Buffy. It's really good. It's amazing. It's about little girls with superpowers. Not little girls. They're like 19, 20 or whatever. But to me, that's tiny. It's I just really, really like it. And it's oh my God, Spider's watching. Hi, Spider. See you tonight, by the way. He's hosting the drop. Hi, Spice. So yes, so Warrior Nun, absolutely adore it, and it's something to do with religion. They kind of gloss over the horrendous atrocities that were performed during the Crusades. I take it you want me to message in with Lucy again when you do Forza Crowd? No. Obviously I do. Why do you think Simon has a sister? If Simon's got a sister, Lucy has to have a brother. If I didn't have one, will I be paying someone to change their name? No, I do love my support that my brother gives me on all my online ventures. As much as he gives it like that, he's actually quite proud of me. And then Brooklyn 99. I've been watching Brooklyn 99. Still not got to the end of it. I don't understand if there's some sort of curse. Maybe it's like I've gone through it 3 times. I don't realize. We have restarted the Oceans. So we started in numerical order. Best first, number 8. Bloody cracking film. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's awesome. Then I loved, yeah, Noel's just written 99. Yeah, Simon's got a, no, what did I say? Emmanuel, what did I say? Simon, I don't know. I'm not scripted. I've got bullet points. What are you going to do? Because Simon's got a sister, April, that tunes in. So I need to have my sister that tunes in, my brother that tunes in. You know what I mean? So Brooklyn 99, yeah. I mean, we're doing the Oceans. And I've talked to this with Dario Durham on Big Will Small Talk about how amazing Bernie Mac was as a comedian. I used to love the Bernie Mac show. Podcast. What?
The comedy. You haven't said that.
1 second. My mother's mic. Say it.
The other one.
The other one we mentioned last week.
I thought we mentioned Staged last week.
That was the week before, Mum.
Was it really?
Yeah. My mum's
God.
my mum's on brand, but a week behind.
Oh my God. I must make the gin weaker.
Jesus Christ. You know why I drink? You can't see it. You meant Simone. Yes. April started calling him Simone.
That's right.
Barkeep.
Okay.
Watch this,
Coming.
watch this, watch this. Love that. You know when you've made it. So also on the podcast, The Weekly Bazaar, you can now watch it on YouTube. You can actually see what we all look like whilst we're recording it. And it's with the amazing You Suck podcast network. It's one of my proudest projects. I absolutely bloody adore it. It's myself, Shane Chesby and Alex Whiteley laughing and discussing the bizarre stories that occur according to the Globe. Thank you very much. Nicole, perfect. Thank you. And I think I might join you. My mum's drunk hers as well.
Can't have you drinking
Can't have me
alone.
drinking alone. Right, so
So unsociable.
yes, so we've done that. The Oceans, absolutely love them. Now we've just started watching Oceans 13, and I swear to God, I remember the 4 Diamond Necklace Award in it, and that is as much as it. I remember Al Pacino being it, but God, I remember more about Oceans 11 than I do about Oceans 12. And I know I watched Oceans 13, but it's as if aliens have come down and removed every fucking fact about it out my head. And then, so we've got the podcast Weekly Bazaar. We're not just on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You Suck Weekly Bazaar. We've also got the Kitchen Sink, which is on twitch.tv/T Kitchen Sink. Yes! And then that's also available as a podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you can't dedicate your time to sit down and listen to Sarah and I chatting, having a laugh, and meeting comedy guests, you can sync and drive. So good. Yes, because Twitch actually dumps the programs after 2 weeks, so we want to keep them for podsterity. I love the words I come up with. Right, so that's that. Perfect. So the next section is Truck Stop Review, like every little girl. So this week's Truck Stop Review. I feel quite high energy today. Yeah, come on. Maybe 9 o'clock is better for me. And the lighting's better because the sun's fucked off. Might need to work out how to put that light on a plinth so it's just coming directly at my face, but obviously not now. Right, so it's Roy's Truck Stop. Now, I don't think I've mentioned many routiers. And over here, you'd get You get like your welcome break and your motos, you know, the ones that cars would normally go to. And then you've also got truck stops that are just kind of for trucks. So, you know, you understand the difference. So in France, you got a routier, and the truck stop that I really enjoy going to, and it's like stepping back in time. For those of you who've been to the Red Lion, Roy's is very much like it. You go in, and it is a truck stop for truckers, and it's just off junction 12 of the A1, about an hour, depending on the fucking traffic. It was Paris, isn't it? Could be an hour to 5 hours from Paris. Going out is quicker than going in. And you walk in and you pay for a platter, a set menu.
Oh, right.
And you can go up and use the harvester type salad bar. And believe it or not, I have seen truck drivers eating salad because it's free.
With their chips.
Well, obviously, so you get that little plate. And you've got to keep going back and forth.
Exercise.
Yeah, and you don't get flies on the pate, which is always signs of a very reputable place. But be careful of the egg mayonnaise because there's crab in it. No, I don't want hidden fish. No one wants hidden fish. It's worse than Leon saying they put fish in everything in Malaysia. So, yeah. We may have. Oh, is Fee watching? Oh, if she has. Mwah. Right. So, absolutely adore Roy's. You go in and you pay like 12 for. Well, if you pay for your parking, the food is cheaper. If you don't realize it, you end up paying twice because it depends on the miserableness that you get of the person serving you. But overall, they're really, really nice. And you sit down and you can have you get a free glass of wine with the meal, and there's a certain set warm dishes that you could have. And it's absolutely adorable. The truck tat is par excellence. You go in thinking, I don't need anything for my truck. And you walk out with your arms like, oh, bollocks. But what I will say is the showers. Okay, so if you've got cubicle number 1 here, and then cubicle 2, cubicle 3, cubicle 4, the hot water pipe here, right, and it goes all the way along there. So I was in this cubicle once, and it was I was assaulted by cold water, and I'm actually my goose pimples have come up just thinking about it. It was fucking atrocious, Mum.
Really?
I paid €5 to be had cold water thrown at me, and then sort of every 8 seconds you get one burst of hot water that was enough to take your skin off. So and they make you give your truck keys, which I always get really fucking annoyed with, right? Because
Why?
in case you run off with the key for the shower.
What? And leave your
Mum, I've been on a
vehicle?
fucking ferry and they've made me give my truck keys in for a piss because the other guys ruined the ladies' toilets. And there's nothing more enjoyable than leaving school and becoming an adult and having to ask permission for a piss. Oh, I hate that. But yeah, so at Roy's is absolutely horrendous. So I complained and they were nonplussed. They were like, oh, right, gutted. It's a lovely place run by a lovely guy. He's just taken over. He's put on new security. Roger, if you're still watching, I think that he's opened another routier's somewhere else. And if you put the truck sticker on, I know I've got the truck sticker to get you free drink or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lovely place, and it's been protected from the people that turn up and abuse truck stops, where they turn up, they don't pay, they don't use the toilets, they tend to just shit in a bag and throw it in the bushes.
Oh, lovely.
It honestly, welcome to the high life of haulage. But yeah, truck stop review, I love that. Right, ask Lucy. If you've got any questions for me, please put your messages in. But I have been asked what's my favourite drink. He's reopening Macon. Thought it was. Thank you very much, Roger. See, I love that. It's like having roving reporters. I just come across to my trucking advisor, Roger Bungay. He's reopening Macon. Yeah, he is a really lovely guy. Absolutely great food. Level parking. Fuel. But the shower is horrendous. And also, after a certain time, they close the main toilets. So you have to use the toilet somewhere else. Where if you've ever seen a horror movie, like the one Mum and I would have died in at the beginning, They sort of go, and it's just like a toilet with no toilet seat, and it's like a light flickering on, like a serial killer's been there, and you're like, Missy.
The Bates Motel.
Yeah. So there are good parts and bad parts, but yes, I do absolutely adore going there, and I have been there a couple of times. Jay Chow, we went there with Jay Chow. So, what is my favourite drink? So, obviously, somebody doesn't watch the show. It's gin and tonic. That was a quick answer. I've been asked a 3-part question about favourite part of comedy, least favourite part of comedy, and what you miss the most about live gigs. My favourite part of comedy is live gigging. Genuinely, absolutely adore live gigs. It's like teaching. You do all the planning and the assessing and the marking and the booking of the gigs and da. But when you get to actually stand up, the time just goes like this, and it's what you put everything comes together for you to do a live gig. I like meeting other comedians. I mean, they don't really like. I do love Coors Light, actually. You've got a point, especially if you put it because if you make the mountains blue. But I have to stay off the lager now because lager makes me fat and gin doesn't. So if I didn't have to worry about my weight, I would drink lager all day. And I do love a Coors Light, and I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. The fact that he advertises it's millions and it's got a colour changing logo. What more do you want in a beer? Don't drink it till the mountains are blue. So I love meeting people, etc., etc., etc. But it's the live performance. My least favourite part of comedy, as I'm quite new to comedy, I've never been sexually harassed in the comedy circuit, and that's because of how long I've been on the scene. But my least favourite part is booking the gigs because of the gatekeepers of the lists. Even open mic nights is difficult to get on. You'd think that open mic nights you'd want new acts to sort of keep the variance up and to keep it all fresh.
Yes.
But it's not. It's about booking your mates and just booking in your mates.
The old boys club.
Yes, very similar to an old boys club. But I've never dealt well with the patriarchy. I mean, I started a group with 2 friends, Trish and Brooke, called Women Smashing It, and it is about the glass ceiling, and it is about the patriarchy. Women plus, yes, Women plus for trans, non-binary, and allies and supporters of female comedy. Breathe.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. What do I miss the most? I don't miss the driving. But I do miss meeting people. And it's the live gigs. That's what I'm looking forward to. Ding, ding, ding. Booming shots. Boom shots. And also we've got a question from somebody in South Wales. Can you hit somebody in a wheelchair? I'm going to ask Mum.
Of course you can.
Mum says yes. My brother likes to send a question in to Ask Lucy each week, which annoys my mother. So my brother had a leg operation, so he was in a wheelchair. And we were in Asda's, and Noel used to put the brake on as Mum was pushing him, so she'd sort of go over the wheelchair. So my mother said, if you do that one more time, I'm going to hit you. I don't care if we're in Asda's. So they were looking at something on the shelf, and I got my foot, and I just pushed the brake without them knowing. So Mum went to start off. And my mother she went to twat him. My brother ducked because he saw it in the back of inside of his eye, and she got him with the backhand, like Steffi Graf. But from the outside appearance, to people that didn't know us, my mother was just beating somebody in a wheelchair. Spider is saying, I'm not a fan of open mics. The crowds are always just comics trying to be funnier than other comics. I do miss drinking at open mics. I hear you, sweetheart. But because you don't live near the Drop. I don't live near a comedy club. I have to drive. And I don't have any friends to stay with nearby. Although that will change when we get back to Rough As, because I'll be staying at Sarah's, which means I can drink and annoy her and touch her in the face as she drives us home. Don't hope she's not watching anymore. But it's the thing with open mics. I love performing with open mics because you get to see so many. My mum used to do that in Asda's. It's a case of you'd think open mics, like Heather likes everybody. First come first serve. You put your name down for an open mic, you get on it. But with a lot of places, I'm not being sexist, I'm just being accurate. It's mainly men. And guys want to book their friends to have a friends' night as opposed to new acts. It's the way that it is. I'm just telling you my opinion. What are you going to do? Sue me? So yes. So the plug section. All right, because we're approaching the end, boys and girls. The plug section. Bing bing. So Paul Dennis and I are going to be on Forza Crowd on Thursday at 9 p.m. If you go on lucyorchard.com, there are links to all my socials, and there's a link to Lucy Orchard Comedy where I keep all my up-to-date events. That's like my booking diary for all my online events. But if you just save lucyorchard.com, it's everything you need. So my Twitter, my Insta, my Facebook, my bio, my booking details, everything you need. And I paid for it. May as well fucking use it. Do you know what I mean? So on 23rd of July, Alex Bradley, who's already been on the chat room, who's one of my my podcast brothers from Big Will Small Talk, we are going to be performing Joke in the Rough as Black Lives Matter UK fundraiser Thursday, 23rd July. I'm going to be performing on the 30th of August. Now, I know that's far away, but I'm just putting in a shoehorn to say that I got onto brand new comedian online new act. Blah, blah, blah. The Kitchen Sinks. We've got Thursday. We've got Ignacio Lopez. And Sunday, we've got the amazing TED Talk trainer and comedian Suness Stevens, who is to know her is to be inspired. And she's fit. She'd hate me to say that. We've got the Weekly Bazaar released every Friday. So go onto Podbeam or anything like that, or anything, just anywhere you get your podcasts, right? US, UK, you suck. You'll find our channel, and you've got What's the Difference, and you've got Superhero Bar Fight and the Weekly Bazaar. You've got all the podcasts that family put out. And as you can see at the bottom of the page, like that. Oh, there we go. We got plug. Paul Dennis will also be appearing at Beefy's Comedy Club, live in your living room, with July the 15th, Barbara Nice, Louise Lee, who's amazing, Vic Slayton, and President
Trump.
No. Obonjo. I've only ever seen it written down. But yeah, Beefy's Comedy Club's going online. And they're starting an open mic night, which is amazing as well. Would love to be able to get on that one day. I have applied, but but yeah, Beefy's. I love the fact that there are comedy clubs that are real life comedy clubs, and they're going online, because comedy can still be transferred to open online. It doesn't have to be that you don't do anything. Hi, Andy. Tell your face. Right, I want to say a big thank you to Dario Durham for putting up with the poor sound quality during this week's Big World Small Talk, and no thanks to Leon and his shit microphone for causing the interference. That's better. Good boy. Mwah. See, be nice, and you get your message put on there. There's our little bond. Evening, ladies. Right. Evening, Andy. Yes. So thank you to everybody that's watched. Please, if you can donate, it would be kind of amazing, because see, the thing is,
You want the money?
I need the money. But the other thing is, I have paid to upgrade my
stuff,
my StreamYard, to be all fancy and have all these things. And that costs money. And I know it's only $25 a month. But if you were able to buy me a coffee, so ko-fi.com/LucyO, it's a £3 donation, and I get £2.71. Not going to lie. And it means that you can help support me creating my online content, because I pay for the StreamYard for the kitchen sink, and for the Big World Small Talk, and for the Lucy Show. And if you can help me keep the tech fees going, I can keep the comedy content going. Ta-da! See, works just like that. And then if I'm not stressed about money, I find it easier to write comedy. What do you want? Do you want good jokes? And next week we're back to fuck it. Next week's 9. We're gonna go 9. And yes, because there's no workshop tonight at the drop, so I've got
Whatever happens.
Yeah, whatever happens. 9 o'clock. We're going to be 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. God, and I will put it everywhere. But I just want to say thank you, everybody, for commenting, watching. At the end of this stream, why don't you share this video on your Facebook and tell people, hey, my friend or this comedian that I really like has this amazing show. Why don't you give it a go and have a watch and learn about dog bothering in a small village in Devon?
Dog bothering.
It was on the update.
What about that bloody dog that walked down the lane tonight?
No, there was a dog that attacked a sheep.
Oh my
You
goodness.
were trying to
I
get
was on-
Tilly in.
I was on catch.
I hadn't told Mum about that. I'll update her about the village in a minute. But yeah, so now it's time for the stand-up section. Do. Let's see, where is the stand-up section? Oh, there it is. There's the stand-up section. So that's it. Right, what we're going to do is stay with us, people. This is where the technology hopefully this works. So, hello everybody. It's the stand-up section. I'm going to step back a bit. Oh, that's better. So, yes. This week's comedy. 1 second, Mum. I need you to 1 second. Oh, 1 second, Mum. Stand here. Fill time.
Fill time. All right. So I've been to work today and I shouldn't have even been there.
Got it.
Did it all wrong.
Sorry, I forgot my prop, everybody. This live comedy. This is Paul Dennis's fault for making me late. Mum, you got to remember there's a camera there. So I definitely feel misunderstood. Okay. A lot of people have misconceptions about me. Like I'm friendly. Like I'm approachable, like I want to see pictures of your kids. And men are the worst. They genuinely think that because I have ovaries that I want to see pictures of their kids. I don't. They genuinely think that because I have ovaries that I give a fucking shit about that one time they didn't use a condom. Well, guess what, boys? No. Do not say because you're a woman and do you want to see a picture of my kid and suddenly get your iPhone out and fucking show me. I don't care. So considering how much time I spend on Facebook, like it is a shocking amount. You think old Zuckerberg would get me, right? Well, all my targeted ads are for fucking Huel and for pregnancy tests. Now, if you don't know what Huel is, Huel, it's human fuel. Wow, that's a great portmanteau. Now, it's a modern day gruel for people that don't have time to cook or apparently fucking chew. The only Muppets I know that use that sad shake are pointless hipsters who all wax lyrical about the 7.5 minutes that they managed to save while breakfast. And they have admitted to me secretly they can now shit through the eye of a needle. So, please, sir, can I have some carbs? Is my motto in life because I bloody love decent food. I love pizzas. It's not oysters and asparagus that get me revved up. Get me a quiche and some roast potatoes. It's bedtime. Pregnancy test now. That is the internet's way of saying to me, the algorithms think that it's your time for you to use those eggs, sweetheart, before they crack into dust like an Egyptian horror movie. So do you know what my response to that is? Fuck you, you're not my real mum. So I went deep into my comedy profile and I looked at my Facebook profile and I looked at what my advertising profile settings was. And according to them, I love fitness. You listening? I love fitness. I love motherhood and cosmetics. The only time of every week I use makeup is for 5 minutes to fill time whilst I get you fuckers to share this stream. And I mean, not one of those categories had trucks, cats, or gin. And not in that order. I mean, come on. So my ad now sells me, right? They want me to wear sports bras, industrial sports bras for the bustier lady. But guys, I'm still flat and I'm still fucking lazy. The only time I get out of breath is going upstairs. So the internet still won't take my status as a happy spinster. So get ready for this. It has now told me for 20 quid that I can have, including free delivery, a fucking psychic draw me a picture of my one true love. Well, I'm skint. So I got Sarah Bridgman to do it. 5 quid, everybody. What do you think? Do you think he's my perfect man? But I want to just say to people, the only thing I want Facebook to advertise to me is a fucking scented panty liner for those long and awkward Zoom meetings. Because Zoom crotch is a serious thing that affects many open micers. But that's my comedy for tonight. So thank you very much. I am going to ask my mum to stop putting paper in front of the camera just for a second. But thank you very much for watching. I absolutely adore this show. Put the comedian back on, my mum. No, you're the harshest critic. I absolutely adore you. But it's that time of week where I asked my mum to come back into shot. I thank everybody. And could you let me just see what's he put in there. Bridgman as a future in portraiture. I know the likeness is uncanny.
She could go on Portrait Artist of the Year.
She could go on Portrait Artist of the Year. So I just want to say thank you very much, everybody that joined in, chatted, especially those of you that are going to send me a coffee because I need the money. This is my only income, costing her a fortune.
Yes.
But thank you very much. And I will see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. You bunch of lovely people. Week 12, Mum.
I know.
This is fucking week 12. I would have just been driving a truck and open micing.
Yeah.
Love you, pandemic.
Rubbish. Much better here.
Thank you very much for tuning in. And please, please, please share this video. Good night, Paul. Thank you very much for joining in. It was amazing to perform with you. Bam, 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 bam. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.